Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, welcoming you to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings, this on a Saturday night. And we are talking about the two games that happened today. Kolkata Knight Riders were taking on the Delhi Capital, and this match went into the super over, the 1 over eliminator, where Delhi Capital put it across the Kolkata Knight Riders to win the match. It was an exciting affair, as I would be talking about. And the other match that happened, it was a comprehensive victory for the Sunrisers Hyderabad today against the Mumbai Indians. So the Mumbai Indians they put up a score of 177. I'm sorry about those. It was not the Sunrisers Hyderabad. It was the Kings 11 Punjab who actually rolled over the Mumbai Indians with a win by 8 wickets. A comprehensive victory at that. I know, dear fans, that my face is not very clearly seen. That is not very important. It's all about my talking on this game of cricket. And so we will have a very good look. And also the other thing that I have on this is just to tell you that Australia will be eyeing a clean sweep of the series against Pakistan in the final match of the ODI series, which is coming up in the United Arab Emirates. So these are the few things that we are going to have a look at today on my cricket show. So we are starting off with a super over clash which happened between Kolkata Knight Riders. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritties, but I'm going to go only into the very, very basic stuff that happened. So Kolkata Knight Riders were the ones who actually batted first, and they had a big struggle on their hands. Their innings never got off on track, and it was pretty tough going for them. Naik was the new bloke who was taken probably on the Sunil Narine was dropped today, and Naik opened the innings, and Naik definitely could not do much. He was Sandeep Lamichhane, who has been there have been a lot of talks about him not being selected for the team. Finally made the cut here against the Kolkata Knight Riders, he was the pick of the ballers today, as he picked up the wicket of Naik for 7 of 16 Ws 1 4. Lynn made 20 of 18 Ws 3 4s. He was a victim of a brilliant catch taken by Pant behind the strings of the bowling of Rabada. Robin Uthappa was a bit slow to respond. He was gone. LBW bowler Harshal Patel, who nipped up 2 wickets at that of Robin Uthappa, and also Nitish Rana, who is a very dangerous bat, as we all know, as we have been seeing in the IPL. He was picked up by Harshal Patel with Rabada in the fence taking the catch. And then Shubman Gill was brilliantly run out by Harshal Patel, as Shubman Gill tried for the 3rd run. So it was a very sorry situation for KKR. They were reduced to 61 for 5 in the 10th over, and then it took a 95 runs partnership that happened between Dinesh Karthik, the captain of the team, who had to really see to it that he could nurture this innings, but he got a very, very strong companion in Andre Russell, who totally changed the picture there with his big hitting that has become a real part of IPL 2019, as he strode there and started muscling the bowlers to all parts of the field, hitting boundaries and sixes at absolute will, as he contributed a very hard hit 62 of just 28 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 6 sixes. And Dinesh Karthik, as I said, got to his 50. He was actually playing second fiddle when Andre Russell was at the crease, but when Andre Russell left the scene, it was Dinesh Karthik who had to take over. So he contributed 50 of 36 deliveries, 5 fours, 2 sixes, and 185 for 8 on the board for the KKR. The bowling, as I said, Rabada 4 overs 141. Sandeep Lamichhane, the young leggy, was very impressive. 4 overs 1 for 29. Morris 4 overs 1 for 35. Harshal Patel 4 overs 240. Amit Mishra 4 overs 1 for 36. Now Delhi Capital were to chase 185, and it all started. If you look at the card there, Shikhar Dhawan was motoring along beautifully, hitting Piyush Chawla for 2 4s and a 6, and that was it. Chawla got his man, he was gone for 16. So that was the end of Shikhar Dhawan, the opener. After that, it was a combination of Prithvi Shaw, who contributed, who would have definitely missed upon the opportunity of being the youngest centurion in IPL history, as he was involved in a beautiful partnership along with Shreyas Iyer, which yielded 89 runs to the good. And Shreyas Iyer was 43 of 32, 4 4s, 2 6s, and Prithvi Shaw made 99 of 55 deliveries, which included 12 4s and 3 6s, and his strokes were something of pure class and great purity. And then the danger man Rishabh Pant was dismissed by Kuldeep Yadav. Now this was the time when things looked under control for the KKR to actually go and for the DC for the KKR. For the Delhi Capitals to go and clinch the victory, with Prithvi Shaw playing a very good hand of 99 of 55 balls with 12 4s and 3 6s. And when Pant, the dangerous man, gone for just 11 runs to the bowling Kuldeep Yadav, and there was hope. And finally, it all came down to the wire. Six runs required. Kuldeep Yadav was the bowler. And with Ingram and Vihari at the crease, one would have expected Delhi Capitals to clinch the issue, but they did not. Kuldeep Yadav bowled a very perfect line, and the batsmen also were not taking much chances to try to hit the ball. And in the process, the pressure started building, and then Vihari was dismissed of the 5th delivery, and then there were 2 runs required, 2 for victory and 1 for a tie. Colin Ingram managed to get that scampered across for the single, but in attempting the second run to actually go and win the match for his team, he lost his wicket. He was run out, and then it was a wonderful tie that happened there at the Firozshah Kotla ground in Delhi. And looking at the bowling, Rabada 1 for 41. So just looking at the bowling there, Prasidh Krishna, 4 overs, none for 33 was impressive. 1 for 38 Ferguson, Piyush Chawla 1 for 36, none for 28 Andre Russell, Kuldeep Yadav 241, Nitish Rana none for 8. And then it all came down to the super over, as it was Andre. It was the pair of Pant and the other player. I think it was Shreyas Iyer. If I'm not, I have to just have a look at it here. It was Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer walking in, but Rishabh Pant hit the first ball for a boundary, but after Shreyas Iyer hit the first ball for a boundary, and Rishabh Pant could not force the bait. It was Prasidh Krishna who was bowling. Prasidh Krishna nipped up the wicket of Shreyas Iyer as well, and the Delhi Capitals ended up with 10 runs of the bowling of Prasidh Krishna. And then the KKR had to make 11 runs, and one would have expected the KKR to really stroll on to a victory, but it was not to be. Rabada was the bowler, and the other end it was Andre Russell. Andre Russell, the very first delivery, he had dispatched it for a boundary, but Kagishore Rabada is a very, very smart bowler. He pitched the ball onto the block hole, and it went on to hit the timber, and it was the end of Andre Russell walking back to the pavilion. And once that was over, Rabada totally tightened up, and it was all over. It was the KKR who actually were the losers. KKR could make only 7 runs with Robin Uthappa joining the scene, and it was all over. Kagishore Rabada was the hero, and Delhi Capitals had defeated the Kolkata Knight Riders in the super over. So that was the end of the match as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders and Delhi Capitals was concerned. Now we go on to the next match which was played. It was played at the in Punjab with the Kings 11. It was played at Chandigarh. The Lee Corbusier Lee Corbusier was the one who actually he was very, very famous for this particular place, one would say. And Mumbai Indians were the ones who batted first, and they put up 176 for 7 on the board on a pitch which was still there were more runs to be had. One could have understood that looking at the pitch. But if you look at the card there for the Mumbai Indians, Quinton de Kock played a good hand, 60 of 39 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Rohit Sharma making 32 of 18 with 5 boundaries. So had a good start of 51 runs first up for the 5 with 5.1 overs with 10 runs but the problem for Mumbai Indians happened to be that Surya Kumar Yadav, who has been trying to find his form, fell for just 10 runs, and Yuvraj Singh was out for 18 of 22 with 2 boundaries. And Pollard passed away for 7. And then it was the bowling of the spinners, Ravichandran Ashwin on one hand, and the other end it was the wristy spinner M. Ashwin. He has been preferred to the Afghanistan spinner Mujibur Rahman, and but he did a good job. Ashwin definitely did a good job. 4 overs, I think it was 2 for 25 that M. Ashwin did. And then it only took Hardik Pandya to slam 31 of 19 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6 to give some respectability to the total, as the Mumbai Indians, the final tally read 176 for 7. Krunal Pandya was out for 10. And the bowling, if you look at it, Ashwin had 4 overs, none for 26, 4 overs, 2 for 25 for M. Ashwin. Andy Ty, 1 for 40. Will Owen, 4 overs, 2 for 40. Mohammad Shami, 2 for 42. And now Kings Punjab were in the picture to chase the 176. And for them, this chase was nothing. They just made short work of the Mumbai Indians target as they romped home by 8 wickets. KL Rahul got his form back, played some percentage strokes, and decided to be at the center throughout the game, as he was there for 18.4 overs to nurture the team to victory. With his calm-headedness as he remained, and he also found his form there. It was not around 71 or 57, about 6 fours and 1 6. Chris Gayle, in his usual style, smacked 40 of 24 deliveries, which included 3 fours and 4 sixes. Especially, he went on to target Hardik Pandya at all times. Mayank Agarwal, who could have been mankaded today by Krunal Pandya, but Krunal Pandya did not do the second mankading in IPL 2019, as he let go Mayank Agarwal with a warning there that next time if Mayank Agarwal was going to do that, it would have been a mankading. But Mayank Agarwal took immense advantage out of it as he went on to club 43 runs of 21 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes in that. Miller completed the formalities, 15 of 10. Game over. It was Kings 11 Punjab winning the match by 8 wickets against the Mumbai Indians. The bowling, McLennan went for plenty, 4 overs, none for 35, but Hardik Pandya was the one who was clattered all the way as his 39 runs were leaked off his 3 overs. Malinga, 3 overs, none for 24. Good to see Malinga back in action, but could not really hit his straps there. Bumrah, 3.4 overs, none for 23. A bit costly there, one could say, by Bumrah standards. Pandya, 4 overs, 243. Markande, 1 overs, none for 12. And Mayank Agarwal was named man of the match because he was the difference, because Rahul was definitely not really forcing the pace. And Mayank Agarwal came in and hit that 43 runs to make a big difference as Kings 11 Punjab won the match. Now, the 2 matches which are coming up in IPL tomorrow are going to be some very, very wonderful matches. Let's see the match. I think Chennai Super Kings are taking on the Rajasthan Royals. Chennai Super Kings have lost Willie, they have lost Nigiri, they have got Scott Coughlan from New Zealand who has come in. Let me tell you, he's a good biffer of the ball, and he's also a good bowler with some decent pace. And also, so Rajasthan Royals will be taking on the Chennai Super Kings tomorrow. And we also have one more match which is coming up, which I would like to talk about, and that is a match. I'm just having a look at my table here. Royal Challengers Bangalore are taking on the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Royal Challengers Bangalore are still hunting for their first victory in IPL 2019, and let me tell you, they are taking a red-hot Sunrisers Hyderabad. I can tell you that, because Sunrisers Hyderabad, Sanju Samson has just hit the first century of IPL 2019, and also we know that David Warner is in some electric form in IPL 2019. So tomorrow will be against when this match is being played. one is wondering whether one would be able to see, I think it is in the other match, Rajasthan Royals with Chennai Super Kings, where one would like to see Steven Smith in action and get some runs as what David Warner has been doing so far. And also, tomorrow happens to be the final ODI coming up in the United Arab Emirates between Australia and Pakistan. And Australia are 4-0 up right now, and tomorrow they would be eyeing their clean sweep of Pakistan in the ODI series. They require just that win, and Pakistan require a solitary win and one elusive win, which Pakistan required to salvage something in the series. Otherwise, Australia would have gone and made a clean sweep of the series 5-0, and will be their 8th consecutive win on the trot after coming back to hit India 3-2 in India in the ODI series. And also hitting Pakistan 5-0 will give them immense confidence going into World Cup 2019 in the United Kingdom. So definitely Australia seems to be on a great roll right now, and it looks like no one can touch Australia. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I hope you all enjoyed this cricket broadcast of mine today, and it's time for me to bid you all a very good night.